Create with Fran Sidney. Hello everyone, welcome to the show. This is Fran Sidney and I am your host on episode 96. We are finally getting there. We're talking today about how to make a video production plan. This is to help you with a series of podcast episodes that I prepared so that my small business owners, friends, and people who want to do a really good video, maybe for some personal reason, they can really get to go and have a step-by-step plan and just lose all these excuses and maybe iron out some of the real problems that we all face when we're trying to make a video. So stay with me and we'll get to really get to the grinding point of making this plan. The video production plan. How does that work? What do you have to think about? It's not as overwhelming as you think if you take it step by step. So let's get going. So the first thing you want to do when you make a video is to plan exactly what you will say to elicit the client response that you want. Do you want to have a consultation call in the end? Do you want to sell something so they have to click? Maybe you have an Etsy shop and you're showing how to use your product and you want them to click after that to add something to the basket. Whatever it is, you have to plan what you will say so you will get that response. So make sure you know what is that will get the client to act and not just sit there and say, oh, that was a cool video, and then go to the next. No, you want them to stay with you, to like you, to share, to subscribe, and to like your product and to say to other people, this looks very good. Of course, the very first thing you need to do is to know what the background is going to be for your video. Are you going to sit? Are you going to stand? Are you going to be indoors? Are you going to be outdoors? What is the light you're going to have? So this is important, right? Third step, you want to write the text of what you will say and then you will summarize it. So think about the problem that you're going to solve, of the pleasure you're going to give with your holiday, with the cake you make, right? Then think about the pain that it causes to the client if it doesn't solve the problem. Then think about the solution that you have, and then think about how people can contact you for more information or how they can buy your services or your product. So that's what you want them to know. Don't go faffing about what your kitten is doing today, what's the weather. Just get down to a detailed and focused text of what you will say. And then you can go to number 4. So what you need to do, because you know what you're going to talk about, you will write bullet points. You will dot, number 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, doesn't matter. And you will write these bullet points to remind you of a full text. Okay, so first you put the full text there. Then you put your keywords, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And then you put the bullet points to remind you what's going on. Practice first with the full text, saying over and over until you know what you're saying. Then practice with the text and the bullet point. In the end, only have the bullet points. And finally, you should be able to talk about without anything written. But the first few times, it might work just like that. Remember that the first 7 seconds of every video are the most important, because on average, YouTube says that most people switch off and go to the next video after 7 seconds. So use those precious 7 seconds to hook the audience's attention right to the end of a video. And that will be so good for you because, as I said in the past, if YouTube sees that your videos are watched all the way to the end, then it will put them on the first line when people do searches, because they said, well, this person has videos that are watched all the way, and therefore we can put advertising and we can make more money. They're gonna be probably very good YouTubers. So they want you to be visible because you're going to attract more investment to them. Therefore, make sure if you ask people to watch your videos and to press like, make sure they're watching the entire video and not just press a few seconds, press like and go, because YouTube knows that you are cheating. as we are going step by step, the next thing you have to do is to get a mobile phone, your video camera, set them on something stable. It could be a series of books, it could be the bed, it could be a tripod. They need to be stable, because there is nothing more annoying than a video camera that is moving and it gives you that kind of seasickness. So make sure it is stable, it cannot fall. Okay, then you are now on number 6. What you need to do is to check that there is enough light for you to work, so that people can see you, so it will not be a grainy, awful image. So there aren't really strong lights on one side and very dark on the other, because your camera will always try to get 50% gray or something similar. So what's going to happen is a very flat video, not very good. So make sure you have enough light so people can see your face. If you have a product, they have to be able to see that product. Don't shoot in the dark and then, oh yeah, I realized you couldn't see much. Well, of course, you have to look before. And step number 7 is very easy. You have to record a few times. Okay, you're learning this. You record a few times your message. And every time you record, check what can be done better. Adjust your settings. Start seeing, would it be better if I change the lights? Is the light coming from a right too strong? Is the one from a left not good? The best light is always natural, soft light. So try to avoid the light at lunchtime that is very harsh and direct. It will make everything look awful and make you look like you have wrinkles that you actually don't have. Use a soft light. And one of the best lights is the one just by the windows, or a light that you have in those overcast days, of which we have far too many here in the UK. So change your settings and adjust your light. Change the settings for your microphone. Is your volume just right? Is it too high? If you see orange and red dots when you're talking, that means your microphone level is too high and the voice will come out distorted. So make sure that your headphones are set up so loud that if you're talking too high, you will hear that. Then check your background. Sometimes all is ready when you sit there and you realize, oh, there's like a candle holder that is sticking out and it looks like coming out straight from my skull. You move it, you know. You don't want such a really busy background that it makes you disappear in this background completely. You know, if you're wearing green and your background is green, it's going to be really hard to see you. Is that what you want to achieve? So look at this thing when you're recording. See, where is it that you're getting stuck? Is it something happening? Is it the light of a tripod that is on your way? Are you stumbling on a cable every time? Are you walking doing this, but every time you walk there is a car coming by and then you're like, oh, my voice got completely covered. Or did you put music and the music was far, far too loud, and when you listen to the video, you can't really hear much? And this, you know what, that happens to a lot of YouTubers, even those that have lots of listeners. So if you do all this work and you record just a few times, you will get there. Once you go your settings that are working well, then that is so good to know, you know. You want to keep those settings just right until you get better. So this leads naturally to step number 8. What I want you to do is to twist everything, all the details, all the fine details, until you are heard, you are seen clearly, you are understood when you're talking, and your message is clear. All these things have to happen. If one of those is not there, your video is not going to work. Okay, all the work you've done up to now could have been done in your pajamas. It doesn't matter. You were just making your experiment. So you can take like the whole day to try this, or you can do some every day. It's up to you. Although it might be useful to do it all in one go. I don't know. It's your decision, and you don't want to be told what to do. You want to make your own decisions of what is good for you in your situation. And here we go to number 9. Now you can get ready for the real video, the one that you are very happy to put online because you practice so much. So, comb your hair, try to make yourself look tidy, professional, well-groomed, depending of course depending on the type of audience you have and the type of product that you are selling or the service that you are giving to people. So a video that is going to go on TikTok might not be the same video that you will put on LinkedIn. So think through what you're going to do, who you're going to talk to, and get your hair and looks just right for that type of audience. So I don't think that, my opinion, to make a video, unless you're selling makeup stuff, you shouldn't really go for fake eyelashes, high heels, hair extension, lots of foundation. That is a lot of work. And I think that a lot of times it just works well to just be you. You know, the very simple, basic things. Why? Because if you do a video, your first video, and to do that video, you're spending an hour to achieve a super polished look, okay? Super amazing makeup, super amazing everything. Well, guess what? Every time you record a new video, you will be taking hours to get again the super polished look, the fake eyelashes, the high heel, the hair extension. It's gonna be a lot of work. Is that how you want to work? So that's why you might feel overwhelmed that, oh no, I don't have the time to do video. It's gonna take me ages to prepare. And of course, it's not very consistent to do a video with lots and lots of glam, and then another video where like you're wearing flip-flops and no makeup. I mean, it might not really resonate with whatever service you're selling. So my suggestion is, why don't you just keep things simple? So then you just get yourself washed and done and you're presentable, just go on video. Because as I said before, unless you're selling very specific products, when you are the testimonial of that, your body, your looks are the testimonial of the product, I think your looks just have to be neat and well groomed and presentable. They don't need hours and hours and hours of work, because then making videos will become such a burden that you will stop very soon. And also people will get used to see you like that. Is that how you want to be recognized? With the fake you. You want to be natural. You want to be beautifully natural. So make a type of makeup, a hairstyle that you can reproduce every time. That is not gonna make you go absolutely berserk. And the same for a man. You don't need anything special. Just be neat, be presentable, stand properly, have a nice posture, smile, and look straight into the camera. I won't believe it how many people that are really good at what they're doing, speak beautifully, amazing soothing voice, clothes are perfect, and they're not looking into the camera. They're looking as if you're talking to somebody else. Would you like to be with somebody that doesn't look at you and is looking on the back of you all the time? That is so rude. And they don't think about it. So look into the camera. You're looking in the eyes of this person only. Take your eyes off for a couple of seconds, but don't look all the time somewhere else. They will make it much more easy to connect to you and to feel like you're real in the living room where you are talking to them. You are a friend. Okay, so we're now to step number 10. So what I want you to do is you got all ready, you got dressed and everything, so record your video and allow a couple of small mistakes. Allow yourself to correct yourself while you're talking, and just do it as if you were on a live Facebook, as if you were talking, you were on a beach and then BBC crew stops you there and they say, can we ask you a question? You're not gonna go there and say, oh my gosh, I need to do my hair, I don't look good, wait, I said a mistake. No, you just speak as you are, say, oh yeah, this beach is wonderful, we come here every Saturday. You're just gonna talk, you're not gonna worry about mistake. And so what you're gonna do is just record your video, and if you make a couple of small things you have to repeat, just correct yourself and then keep going. And that's gonna be a huge help, so then you will not have to edit every single mistake, and it will save you hundreds of hours of work. And because you are so fast in correcting yourself, you will be just amazing and more confident instead of editing every single mistake out. It's not natural, and that is not how people speak. Okay, moving to number 11. Here is something that I suggest, and that is to talk slowly, speak slowly. This will give you time to breathe deeply, to be calm, to feel calm, and to think. Now, I'm not a native speaker, so sometimes I will make a mistake Or maybe I have to improvise a complete sentence, just like I'm doing now. And if you are speaking slowly, that gives time for your brain to come up with something that has a beginning, a middle, and the end. And while you're saying that, you're preparing the next sentence. But if you're speaking really fast, you do not have a script, you haven't practiced much, and then you go into freeze state, fight or flight, then it's going to be really hard to get the momentum going. And it's not going to look very professional. So if you talk slowly, you will have time to correct yourself, to change words and to say, oh, what did I just say? What I meant was, da da da. And this will be a lot better. Even if you make a fun mistake, leave it, because people love fun people. So give yourself time to think. Allow yourself to make those mistakes, because these are part of being humans. We are not progressed up to here to make amazing videos and then to stop because we made a mistake and we have to cut off every single thing. No, just leave 10% of your mistakes, unless they're really terrible. Just take them out and take all those out, as I do. But if you're coughing away, that's not very good to have on video, especially if it's very loud. But just get to talk slowly, breathe deeply, you're having a great time, and you will look better because you're not rushing to the end. You're not in a competition. You're trying to sell something. You have to be convincing. And the best time to do so is to speak normally, your normal speed. And move on to step number 12. Now what I want you to do, you've done your video, now you save it to your computer or to your mobile phone, and then make sure that you edit the beginning and the end, so that when it starts, when it stops, that there is like a fixed frame, right? Let's make sure that the initial frame or the last frame is a natural pose, okay? Because a lot of people make the video and then they don't realize that it starts or ends with a really weird pose, and that's what people will see when they see when they go to YouTube or to TikTok. They will see the still image and they will think, what the heck is that? And it looks a bit weird. And so if you want to have a good image, make sure that you are posing to that pose that you really want. Then you get the cut right there. And edit the beginning and the end is very easy. You just have to select it and cut it off. The middle, for me, has been a bit of a problem, so I don't do it, but let me know if you know how to do that. I'm just, work in progress, right? So if you have problems with video editing, please don't get worried, because there are people on Fiverr and other platforms who are specialists in that. And you can give them your videos and they will edit them. So if it's important for you that the video is just right, just so, there'll be people who are able to get the beginning and the end just right, and they could possibly do a beginning frame and an end frame with a title if you are completely unable to do it, or if time is an issue for you. So don't think that everything has to be done by you. Sometimes we just get somebody else to help. You're giving work to somebody, they're earning something they like to do, they can do it really fast. Why not? So you're number 13. You have done your video, you done your hair, your makeup, your thing, you got your clothes, you got the content right, you talk to the person right, everything worked just fine. You watch a video, it's just fine. Then that's where you have to sit down there, take a piece of paper or write on the computer and take note of all your technical settings. What was the positions of the light? The position of the light, meaning were you near the window? Did you have a warm light or a cold light? Where was the microphone? Did you have anything around your microphone to help you, something that you use all the time? Did you put your notes somewhere? What was the background object that you like so much in your video? Can you repeat all the settings without wasting time? For example, me on my podcast, I have a voice setting that is for podcast setting, so all the equalizing of the voice is already done. So I don't have to readjust my voice over and over, which would obviously produce in the end a podcast that sounds different every single time. in this moment I'm consistent until I will find out another way of equalizing my voice that is even better. And then I will add a new podcast setting in my track control is called, the EQ area, and I can equalize better and I can use the new one. So make sure you remember how you got this result. This means that you can now start to do automation, because every time you want a video you start thinking, okay, I got video in half an hour, so I'm gonna move the plant in this position, I go get the light in here, I'm gonna get the microphone there, because I know it works fine. And if it didn't work fine, change them and then change the settings and memorize those settings. And here is my last suggestion, which is number 14. My idea is to record more than one video and do this daily until it becomes second nature. Meanwhile, keep adjusting your settings and the way you do things until everything, the whole process is pretty much automatized and you know how to do it. It's simple, it's easy because you've done it over and over. So you don't always work, you don't the makeup, the hair, the dress, the light, you go in your room, it's out, the dog is not barking, the child is outside, it's all good, the weather is good. Why are you making just one video? You might as well make quite a few. So here's the idea, get a batch of videos. Get a theme, the first 5 episodes you talk about one thing, the other 5 talk about another aspect, and then another. If you shoot all in one go, you're gonna save so much time, so much preparation. And if you don't like to be always with the same dress, that's fine. Get something, get a t-shirt in one dress in one video, and then in the second, you might put something on top of it. You can put a jumper, or you might have a shirt and then you have a full coat. You might have, a tie in one and no tie in the other. Change a tie. Put another plant on the bottom. You should never say that, but you should correct yourself as you go. You can put something on the background that looks a little bit different, so it's not always the same. Or just use, one of those backgrounds from Zoom. The important thing is if you do more than one video, by the end, if you still have a voice, you will have so much work that you've done. And then you can relax and prepare another batch for next time. By doing that, you will be saving time, you'll become more confident, you will feel good about it, and you will see that your customers are flocking in because they like the video, they're getting the information that they want, and they're asking you to tell them more. Isn't that amazing? And it can be done if you just get those steps done. It's not that complicated in the end. Okay guys, that's it for today. It's been such a fun episode and seeing all this stuff and how to do it, and there will be more coming out. I am just so sure that this was good for me to review or revise all the things that we need to do when we want to do a video. And if you have any questions or any problems or any comments you want to make, please make sure that you contact me by going to fransydney.com or on Facebook to Facebook.com/Frans Sydney or Frans Sydney Therapy. Or you can also send me an email from there or a message, and I do read all my messages. Within usually a couple of days, I tend to reply to all. Sometimes it's immediate, so be ready for that. Or you can put a post on Facebook and ask me for more information, or if you want to work with me in a program that will be just about making these videos. Talk to me because it's going to be the beta version, and the first people get it almost free, but it will be great because I want more people to be able to make videos and really overcome the little overwhelm that comes in the beginning, so that you can all have great fun and get more customers to talk to you. Or if you're not doing this for customers, you might be doing this for personal reasons, and then it could be so useful anyway. So just let me know how it went. I'm really curious to know about your results. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. You've listened to Create with Frans Sydney.